Hello everyone. This is one more interview I have one of the candidate and just pass out. In this series, what I'm going to bring for you, all of you, how freshers are reacting to questions, what freshers should be focused on, what interviewer might be asking questions, how they should be answered by our candidates, and what are the improvements really needed for any fresher, those who is aspiring to work in IT industry. Okay, so core Java and non-Java, everything is there. And now this candidate which we are interviewing is knowing core Java and then advanced Java. I just want to show you one glimpse of resume she has prepared. Okay, so just have a look at it. She having these many languages she knows, like core Java, Hibernate, MySQL, HTML, CSS. Very good resume, good representation you can see here. Very good representation actually. This resume you all can build by using LinkedIn. If you have a profile on LinkedIn, there is a download button, so you can download your profile from there. It's a really good. You can see some academics project you need to put in resume, and this is one-page resume. It's very beautiful these days. There is a trend of single-page resume, and everybody is following that. This is really good. She's from Nagpur University, and these many technologies she knows. Let's see how she performs. So let me admit her into the meeting room. Hey, welcome Shreya. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello, are you able to see me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you start your video, please?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Okay, after a long time I'm seeing you. I saw you in some batch. Okay, so how is your preparation? Are you prepared for interview?
Yes, sir, but quite nervous.
Nervous. Okay,
Yes.
so don't be nervous. See, many people doesn't have, again and again I'm telling the same thing. Many people doesn't have courage to come live with me. Not with me for interview. We are giving many placement calls to people, but they are not able to attend that just because they are afraid of like what is going to happen and all. So I was going through your resume. You passed out from Nagpur University, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. When did you pass out? Which year?
November 2020.
Okay. So we'll go through your resume. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You see here, these are the languages you put there, like HTML, CSS, Spring Boot.
Yes. Yes, sir.
So you are aware of all these technologies?
Yes, sir. I have learned this in the institute. Just quite confused about HTML and CSS.
Okay, not a problem. Issues. Okay. Where you learned?
What, sir?
In which institute training for this?
Sir, I learned in this here in Java by
Okay.
Kiran.
Okay, got it. Okay, so did you ever run any program of Spring and Hibernate?
Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. Okay, so now let's start with some interview things. Okay, so first of all, I want to know about yourself. Can you express yourself like something?
Yes.
Can you elaborate? Yeah,
Yes,
take
sir.
me through your profile. Yeah.
Yes, sir. As my name is 𝗤𝗂𝗀𝗀𝗃𝗁, and I did my graduation in Bachelor of Vocational from RTM University, Nagpur. And I had also completed my internship in Provigal Data Solution, where I built my first academic project, which is a fabrication billing software. And I'm also a university topper in year 2020. That's it
Great.
about myself.
Yeah, great to hear that. How much percentage you got that time when you was copper?
I got 9.57 pointers CGPA.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Great, congratulations. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You are the first ranker or second ranker
Sir, I am the first ranker.
in whole university, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Which college you did your?
I'm actually, I live in Bhandara and where in Jem Patel College I learned my graduation.
Great, great. Very interesting resume you have, and a lot of good
Thank
things
you.
is gonna happen now. And I'll asking questions, and you'll be answering those. Okay. We'll start with the core Java, then gradually we'll move to Hibernate, Spring, and then advanced technologies. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's start. So about core Java, first of all, can you tell me something about Java? What are the advantages of Java?
Sir, Java is one of the most important advantage that it's OOPS concept, and it is a secure language, and also it is a platform independent, and it also provides multi-threading concept as well. So these are the most important features about the Java.
Okay. Java is open source, right?
Yes, sir, it is open source.
Yeah. So what are the advantages you see being open source?
uh, Java as a being open source, so I can see that which methods it calls internally, and I can see the internal coding of the methods and whatever the functions are.
Yeah, very interesting. Correct. You are correct. So with open source, many community people also can add their code into the main core code. Okay. Open source is very, very useful these days because not only people of a company, those who develop Java will be working on it, but other people also working. Okay. Means community people, those across the world, many people want to contribute into Java. And as it is open source, anybody can put his code into the repository. Okay, so you understood meaning of open source.
Yes, sir.
Now you tell me like first sorry, very simple questions I'm going to ask, like what is polymorphism, how it is been achieved in Java?
Polymorphism is a object oriented concept, and polymorphism is nothing but one function is used to perform the multiple tasks. That is meant by the polymorphism.
How we achieve polymorphism in Java?
We can achieve polymorphism by overloading the functions and also the overriding the functions. In this two way, we can achieve the polymorphism.
Okay. What is overriding actually?
Overriding is nothing but overriding is generally have the parent class methods gets overridden into the child class, and in overriding method name needs to be the same, and also the parameters needs to be the same.
Very good, very good, very perfect. What is difference between overloading and overriding?
Overloading is generally conducted in the same class, whereas overriding we need to have a parent and child relationship. So that's the difference. And in
Okay, great,
overloading,
great. What is difference between interface and abstract class?
um, abstract class is not a fully abstracted. It can have a abstract method as well as non-abstract method, whereas interface is a fully 100% abstracted. That's the difference.
So in abstract method, can we have methods with body?
Yes, sir. In abstract class, we can have methods with body.
Only methods with body is possible in abstract class?
Yes, sir. It is possible. Methods with body.
Okay, which Java version you used?
Java 8.
Java 8. Okay, you aware about any other version of Java?
No, sir. I always work in this 8 version.
Not an issue. Uh, which ID you have used, means I mean to say which Eclipse version you are using for coding?
I worked with two versions, the Eclipse Neon and also the Oxygen.
Oh, great. What difference you have observed? Do you observe anything in these two versions or it's same?
I observed it same, but just only one issue that I have faced. In Neon version, it's get problematic for me to create a Maven project, where in
Okay.
Oxygen version, I can create it easily.
Very good. It looks like you have done a lot of research in these all areas. Okay, great. And now let's move to collection because I feel you are very confident on all answers. So rather spending much time on basics, I'll be moving towards a little bit advanced topic. So you know collection, right? It's a
Yes, yes,
framework. So what is
yes.
difference between collection interface and collections class?
Collection, it is an interface. It is in java.util package, and in collection, it is a class which has methods like sort and also the add all elements. These are the methods.
Yeah, you can say like collections is a class. You are very correct, but you can add to that like collections class has utility methods. What you should be saying? It has utility methods, sort, binary search, like that.
Yes,
Okay?
utility
You
method.
use this word utility. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What is the difference between array list, linked list, and vector?
Um, in ArrayList, we can store the elements in a contiguous memory location, where the ArrayList internally uses the doubly linked list. And in vector and ArrayList, there is not much difference in between them. The only difference between them is vector is a thread safe, where ArrayList is not a thread safe. That's
Okay.
only the difference.
Which is preferable? Which is best?
Both are best in their ways, but if we want to perform any searching operation at the time, array list and vectors are preferable. And but if you want to add elements in between the arrays, or you want to delete the elements, at that time linked list is preferable.
Good, very good. What is difference between hash set and tree set?
Mm, both are implements the set interface. The main difference is hash set internally uses hashing mechanism to store the elements, and here the elements insertion order is not preserved in hash set, where in tree set it internally uses the red black balance binary tree, in which the elements are retrieved in a sorted format.
Great, great. So you always study internals of methods, right?
Yes, sir. Actually, I learned this in grooming section. The Darshit sir was
Yeah.
taught us.
Okay. Okay. So you have concentrated on these sessions and all, and
Yes, yes.
dedicatedly, I think you are studying them, right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Very good. Now, next is like, uh, what is superclass of array list, vector, and linked list?
The superclass is iterable. It is a superclass.
No, array list, vector, and linked list. What is superclass?
Oh, array list vector. It has a list as an
That
interface.
list is the interface, right? But which
Yes.
class internally they extending?
Mm,
It's an abstract list.
abstract list. Yes,
No
sir.
worries, no worries. So I
Abstract.
expect you to answer on like has set, reset, and has set, reset, and linked has set. What they are extending to?
There it's. Mm,
Similar. Just think similar to a list vector and linked list.
abstract
Abstract set.
set. Abstract.
Perfect. Perfect. Abstract set. Okay. Good. Very good. How you can iterate a hash map?
By using the for each loop, or also by using the iterator of the iterator method of iterable interface.
Do you think hash map can be iterated through iterator or array list?
Hash
Think
map.
about it. Because hash map has a key and value, right?
Yes, sir.
So can you iterate by iterator?
I can, but confidently I can iterate with for each loop.
Okay. Okay. So if you write for each there, let's say there is a hash map and key value, like that, 4 5 values are there. Okay.
Mm.
4 5 elements are there with respect to key value. Okay. Now, when you are putting for each, there is a colon in between, right?
Yes, sir.
No. Now, after that colon, you will be writing hash map HM. There is some object called HM, right?
Yes.
So what you will write other side of that colon?
Mm.
Key or value or what? You got my question?
Yes, sir. I got it. I write key, sir.
Key. So do
Yes.
you think no? Actually, that's not correct. For each loop is for a released vector and linked list. Okay. Here you need to use either key set or entry map or hash map.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Key set you need to use or entry dot map interface we need. Okay.
Okay, sir.
No worries. Next question I would be asking a little bit. higher level I'm asking. Which methods of object class you know?
Object class have the toString method, equals, hash code, and including it has await, notify, and notify all, and also the get class method. These all are the methods of object class.
What is the use of toString method?
ToString method, it returns the object representation into the string format.
Okay. Next is like, do you know any class in Java which is final?
Yes, sir. It is a wrapper class and also the string class.
Right. Can class be static?
Yes, sir. The inner class can be a static.
Okay, not outer class, right?
Yes, sir.
Great. Next question would be like, do you know input output stream?
Input output stream. Yes, sir. I know.
Why it is used? What is the use of that concept? Where to use? Why to use? How to
Uh,
use? Can you elaborate in a little bit?
yes, sir. It is used in file handling concept, whereas it reads the data into the byte format, and you can also read data into the character stream as well. So input stream is used to read the data into the file, whereas output stream is used to write the data, where we have to just create the class name and specify the new memory allocation, and inside that we have to specify the file name, and that's it.
What is definition of stream? What does stream means?
Stream means nothing but it is a sequence of characters.
Sequence of character or sequence of bytes.
If it's character stream, then it's a sequence of characters. If it is byte, then sequence of bytes.
Okay. Now you know double two-dimensional array.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You know one-dimensional array, right?
Yes, sir.
You know three-dimensional array also.
Um, no, sir. In three-dimensional array, I have some of clue about the jagged array, but not much know about it.
Okay. So what is the difference between one-dimensional and two-dimensional?
In a one-dimensional array, we specify only one size, and in two-dimensional array is in the matrix format, that in rows and columns.
You have copy and pen with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Can you define one array having 5, 6 elements?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you write down that firstly. And I want to know max number from that array.
Okay, sir.
So can you write logic in just
Yes.
a pseudo code or some sample code? You don't need to write class method or main method. You just write logic, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'm giving you time of some 2 minutes. Okay, you try that. Not needed that semicolon and everything should be maintained, but one logic I should be. Please go ahead.
Sir, should I show you?
Yes, sure.
Okay, sir. Is it visible to you, sir?
Yes, yes. It already. Okay, not problem. So big is a variable there, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you should be good with these logical examples also. I just tested one because this is an online interview and I don't have, you're not sitting in front of you so that I can ask you multiple questions.
Sir, but I'm not good with it. I always technical round. I always get failed in technical round, sir.
But you're giving me answers very, very beautifully. You're giving answers.
Yes, sir. But I don't know what's happening in the interview. I got rejected in one interview in technical round, sir.
Which round? Call given by us or?
Yes, sir. It given by us. I can get only internship by you, this institute, sir. Rather than outside, I can't able to get in.
Okay, okay. So right now you are not placed, right?
Yes, sir. I'm not placed in.
Definitely you will be placing because you will get placed because you have knowledge. So one more logic, then you start putting. Give me logic of how to find prime number. Can you write down logic?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just go ahead.
I have to find prime numbers from the arrays.
No, 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 no. I'll give you one number. You need to check whether it's a prime or not. You should say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and write.
Yes, sir. Sir, is it visible to you, sir?
Yes, but it's like an odd number. I think you need. I want prime.
No, sir. It's a prime number.
Okay, show me again once again. You ran for loop till 8. Okay, okay, and you started count plus plus. Correct. Yes. Okay. Can you show me bottom after this count plus plus what you wrote? Show me that thing.
Yes, sir. It's if count
Okay.
equal to 2.
Yes, I understand. Okay, that's okay. So you're good at logical also. That's not a problem. But again, you need to practice more so that it will be more and more smooth, more and more examples you need to try. Let me ask you more questions towards advanced Java now. Okay.
Okay,
For
sir.
Java is enough that I've been asked you. Now, what is difference between JDBC and Hibernate?
In JDBC, it is act as a bridge between the MySQL and our Java application. But in JDBC, we have to write query and execute it in order to insert the data into the database. But in case of Hibernate, it is a ORM tool, so we don't have to write queries in that.
You cannot write queries in Hibernate. You mean to say? There is some glitch at your end for network. Can you correct? I think she has got some issue with the network. Hello, Shreya. I'm not able to see you. Yeah, she will be back soon. Okay. Let me contact her on my phone. Okay, so just till she joins us again, just to tell you guys, some people you can see how they are answering. You might have seen she's excellent at core Java. Communication is wonderful. Logical, she's very well. And but what she was saying, she's doing grooming at some institute, some training, and she's getting trained from someone. But majorly, what is important here is like majorly what is important is like how she studied, how much time she spent on study. and I see she's spending too much time on study. And that's what the cultivation we are seeing here. It's very simple. You work hard, you get more. She is back. Hi, Shreya. You're back. Hello, Shreya. You're back, I think, right? Yeah. You can see me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, what is difference between, yeah, so you were saying Hibernate and JDBC, and you started giving differences between Hibernate.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, can we write queries in Hibernate? That was my question.
Sir, actually, I'm not confident about
Okay.
it.
So in that, you should say, yes, you can write, but that will be named query, that is HQL, not SQL. Okay.
Yes, it's
Hibernate query
SQL.
language you can write in this thing, Hibernate, whereas SQL you write in JDBC. Okay.
Yes.
Even exceptionally, you can write our simple SQL also in the Hibernate, but that is at high level, even at equal level, at fresher level, even if you didn't know this, that's okay. Okay. What are the inbuilt method Hibernate has?
It has data source methods and
Save method,
save
get
method and sir, I'm not remembering the advanced Java concept more clearly, sir.
No, but you can try. That's not a problem.
Yes, sir, I am trying.
You know,
And
save,
also
update.
commit, update,
Very
and
good. You know
also
this.
delete.
So you just keep on telling because interviewer is also not expecting too much, too big things from you. Okay. You can tell commit, save, update. Okay. Save or update. Correct.
Yes, sir.
Next, what you know in Hibernate? What you did?
I did a CRUD operation using the Hibernate, and I just only did this operation, the CRUD operation, update, delete, and select.
Which you liked, JDBC or Hibernate?
I like the Hibernate. I think the both are comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
but I think,
But where you feel comfortable? You are comfortable at
uh,
both?
sir, it's when we are using Hibernate, so we get a lots of error in configuration file. So at that time, it feels it's better to go with MySQL.
JDBC, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, that happens with everybody. When they start learning Hibernate, everybody getting scared as soon they get errors in their
Yes,
configurations.
sir.
But life will be very easy once that has been fixed. Okay. So I hope once you fix all the configuration issues, even in the Spring, you get a lot of issues at start, right? Once you
Yes,
fix
sir.
those, automatically things will be going in the smooth manner. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So coming to Spring now. What is dependency injection in Spring?
Dependency injection is nothing but it is a pin which is an object, and I just know only this thing, sir.
You are correct. What are the types of dependency injections in Spring?
It has we can inject dependencies using IOC container and also by model view and control.
No. Dependency injections you can do through setter injection and constructor injection.
Yes, sir, I remember.
Setter and
Constructor
constructor.
and getter and setter method.
Yeah, I suggest you to revise again and again all these concepts because
Yes,
questions will
sir.
remain same for Spring and Hibernate. It is not like some different questions people are going to bring. As far as Fresher is concerned, I'm again and again focusing on the same. But please keep the reminder of this question, okay, and keep revising. That's my
Yes.
suggestion. What is what concept you know in Spring? AOP, IOC, MVC, right?
Sir, IOC and MVC, these two I have learned.
Okay, so what is the controller?
Controller, sir. In controller, the mapping of all the request is done in the controller.
Okay, which annotation we use for mapping?
Aggregate web servlet annotations.
At the rate request mapping, get
Yes, sir.
mapping.
Yes,
You
sir.
know it. Just revise once again. Okay,
Yes,
whenever you
sir.
will meet me next time, You can schedule interview once again, and I will be only taking your interview on the advanced Java. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Only
Definitely.
advanced Java, so you will get more and more practice on this
Yes, sir.
problem. Now, what is auto wire in Spring?
Auto wiring is nothing but creating the reference of the interface.
Creating a reference of interface. That is correct. At higher level, you should say automatic wiring of object. Okay. You can wire any object. You can inject any object for auto wiring. Okay. What is add service, add repository, add component? What about this annotation?
Mm.
Any annotation you heard before?
Yes, sir. It's deprecated override annotations. That
Yeah,
is.
that is of core Java. But did you ever seen add service annotation?
No, sir. I see ID, table, entity, those annotations as.
Okay, so entity is annotation of Spring or Hibernate?
It's annotation of Hibernate.
Hibernate. Very good, very good. Okay. What is DAO layer?
In down layer, we have to create the database methods
Yeah,
where
rather saying we need to create database methods. Yes, you are very perfect, but you can say where database operations will be live. Okay.
okay, yes, sir.
Yeah, that is a
Database.
simple answer. What is service layer?
Inside the service layer, we provide the services to which operation we have to perform.
What is the flow of Spring MVC? Can you explain flow of Spring MVC?
Yes, it has a model, view, and control flow, where first the request is first the
Very
request
good.
is
Speak up, speak up.
yes,
First
sir.
request goes from view to what?
From a request dispatcher, then it goes into the view, and from view, the whatever is the request, it goes into the controller. I think I'm getting
And
wrong.
after controller, where it goes? There is a view resolver, right?
Yes, sir. First, it goes into the controller, and after that, there is a view resolver. And from view resolver, it whatever the response, it then goes back into the browser.
Okay. Okay, great. So you did CRUD operations in
Yes,
Spring
sir.
MVC?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so try once again today at your home MVC plus Hibernate without seeing anything. Okay, you try by your own. You'll understand more and more things will come out of it.
Yes,
Okay,
sir. Yes.
list out all annotations used in Spring. List out all annotations used in Hibernate. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and then keep these all annotations on the fingertips. Just revise them again and again. What does add controller? What does add service? What is add DAO? Add
Yes, sir.
repository like that? All annotations. Okay. Then coming back to your resume again, I see you wrote something called HTML CSS. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I'll ask simple question on that. As you said, you are not that comfortable in HTML CSS, right?
Yes,
But
sir.
see, being not comfortable is not a problem. You can always tell that I'm not comfortable in this, but whoever you are comfortable in, whatever technology, you should be answering them very properly. Okay. What is difference between HTML and CSS? That is my question.
HTML is nothing but we can use achieve the static web pages through the HTML, but in CSS is better for the designing purpose. It's made for designing purpose.
Okay, very good. What is difference between servlet and JSP?
Um, Servlet, with the help of the servlet, we can create a web pages with the help of the servlet, and JSP is nothing but it is a in JSP we can use the HTML code as well as the Java code as well.
Very good. So you have done any example of servlet JSP also?
Yes, sir. JSP
Okay.
and servlet.
Which you feel simpler, servlet JSP or Spring MVC?
It's servlet JSP, sir.
Why?
Cause don't face any error in configuration.
But once error is solved in configuration, do you think that Spring is very difficult to crack, or Spring is very
No,
difficult?
sir. Spring is not difficult, but just because of the configuration, we are afraid of it.
Okay. What is Maven for? What does Maven is doing?
In Maven, we can create a Maven project, which is provided with the pom.xml file, in which we can just add a dependency. So it is easier to add dependencies. We don't have to go with the build path when we use normal project, but in Maven project, we just have to go to the Maven repository and then get those dependencies and just paste it into the pom.xml. Then it's get added to our project.
Okay. Now, what is different? You also wrote, I can see in your resume, you wrote both things. One is Spring MVC and Spring Boot. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, what is difference between these two?
Sir, I think the both are the same, sir.
Are the
Just
same?
yes, sir. Just
Just name
different.
are different.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Don't you see any difference there?
So actually, I'm confused at this two Spring MVC and Spring Boot because the Ramsar also taught us the Spring Tool Suite. So in that, the configuration is so much easier.
So
So
you
I'm
better
just
you use Spring Tool Suite, right? Why to use it?
yes, sir. But if we want to go with the API, so at that time we have to use Spring Tool Suite. Otherwise, we have to go with the Spring MVC.
No, no, it's not like that. You can do everything in the Spring Boot suite. Okay. But anyway, in Spring Boot, what you developed?
In Spring Boot, I've learned the use of the API that is a Postman,
Very good, very good.
and
No, Postman is different thing, but in Spring Boot, you created an API that you will see. Okay.
sir,
Postman is used for testing a API.
testing API. Yes, yes,
Correct?
yes,
Yeah. Postman is different, Spring Boot is different, Spring Tool Suite is different, everything is different. Okay.
yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can say Spring Boot is used for API development, whereas Spring MVC is used for development of web application.
Yes, sir. And also, it Spring Boot works with microservices.
Yes, correct. What is microservices?
Microservices means the if we run our project and if there is error in one of the page in our project, so that won't reflect to the our whole application. That is microservice.
Great, great. Do you have your laptop open?
Yes, sir.
Can you open Eclipse over there,
Yes, sir.
where there is Spring MVC and all? Okay, open that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'll ask you some questions practically whether you understood that or not. And you please share the screen.
Yes, sir. Sir, just wait for a second, sir.
Yeah, not a problem.
Sir, is it visible to you?
Yes, I can see that. Very good. Can you open Spring Boot project or
Yes,
Spring
sir.
MVC project, whatever may be?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. So let me ask you, like, why you did this?
It is, we have the data source part, and in properties, we are mentioning the properties of the Hibernate. And in data source part, we are mentioning the MySQL part. So we are
Okay.
separating these two things, Hibernate and MySQL.
Very good. What does this mean?
It is the request from the web XML file. That is a
Now
request
I want to
request.
ask you a simple question. This is a Spring Boot you are using. This is Spring Boot or it's a Spring MVC. What do you think?
It's a Spring MVC.
Very good, very good. If you write here REST controller, then it becomes a Spring Boot. You can say. Means I'm not giving you correct this thing like only Spring Boot have REST controller. It is not like that. But one hint you can get if it is written as a REST controller, then you can say this as a Spring Boot. Okay.
Yes.
And model and wave is written means it is going to JSP. Correct. No problem.
Yes.
How to generate this method?
Go to the source part, just generate toString. Oh, we have to override it from the object class.
What this class is what we can say to this class.
It is a POJO class.
Very good. What is the full form of POJO?
Plain old Java class.
Plain old Java. Okay. Okay, very good. I can see this code.
Sir, actually, I have experimented, so I have lots of projects with this.
No problem. I can
Java
understand that, and that's why I just wanted to see what you coded and whether you understood that or not. And one more thing, those who are seeing this video, they will understand how people are studying. Means you are doing very much, you are giving all answers very perfectly. You have good communication skill, and as at fresher level, right from core Java to Spring. You know what is DAO, POJO, and everything. It's really good, and very rarely these candidates are there in the market. So really good future for you, and I really appreciate these things knowing to fresher. Now, what is this dependency? How to bring this? From where you brought this dependency?
I brought
Did
this
you write this
from.
by your hand? Manually you wrote this or how?
No, sir, I don't manually write this. I just went to the maven repository and just searched there that whatever the dependency I want, and I just copy from there and paste it over here.
Very good. Now I can see you have two classes, user DAO interface and then user DAO IMPL is there. Okay. What is the difference between these two?
User DAO and implementation.
Okay.
In user DAO, we have just declare the methods, and in user DAO implementation part, we are providing the implementation for this method.
Yes, very good. Okay. What is this transaction? Why this transaction we need to use?
Means this DAO and service, all these. Oh.
Why to use this?
Transaction is for if transaction is for if all the transaction is successful, then it gets saved. Otherwise, all the transaction is gets cancelled. So that's why we are using this.
Okay, not a problem. I'll ask you some more questions, okay? Because you're giving answers and really I'm finding it very interesting to ask you questions. Okay. If someone answers a question, it is really, really interesting.
Okay, sir.
You're doing that great job. Now let's say I have a project and can you create a class with main method?
Yes, sir.
Create class with main method. Write some text. Write down main method over there.
Okay, sir.
For all viewers, I want to say like this is what system test which people are taking. This is how companies are taking these days interviews. They are asking you to open Eclipse on your system, and people will ask. Okay, let write here main method. Just do shortcut. Wait. I'll do. Wait.
Sir, if we use shortcuts like this, don't they question us that you are using shortcut and all?
No, that's not a problem. That's not a problem because you are capable to tell what is public, what is static, and all. So nobody will say why you are using shortcut. That's okay. While learning, you should not use, but that's okay. It's not learning; it's interview. So because main purpose of this interview to know you. Now you need to write a code.
Yes.
You need to write a code in such a way that I will be getting sorted array. You are getting my question?
Yes, sir.
So please go ahead right now.
Okay, sir. So it's sorted.
That's okay. Now, if I want this code should be the output should be 2337990. What change you will do?
I will just change this.
This is in descending order. I need ascending order. Wow, very good. So good. So you wrote directly this code. So I was just thinking about like whether you had like by heart this code, but you know this logic. That's a good thing.
Yes, sir. It's homework for us assignment.
Yes, good. I understand that is from assignment you are doing. Yeah. So we perform all these assignments, then obviously there will be change in you. Performing assignment plus remembering things is more very important. People don't remember it. Okay, so I tried to interview you right from the core Java, logical to Spring, Hibernate, everything.
Sir.
Okay, and I'll really happy that I got a candidate where I can tell others and other people also seeing you, and I can tell others that we have a candidate can be promoted or which has a capability to pass an interview. Okay, you have capability, don't worry. So hopefully you learned from this interview many things.
Yes, sir. I have learned a lot.
So are you happy with this?
Yes, sir. I would like to have one more mock interview with you, sir.
Yeah,
With
you will
advanced
be soon
Java.
because many interviews I'm taking. Okay, so this is in
Yes, sir.
series, and till now, 8 to 9 interviews I took since day before yesterday, and you are the one person who did very well and you responded very well. I'm not saying others are not responding, but they need to again campaign code actually. They need to put some more dedication, and you are doing so. That's great. Thank you for your time.
Yes.
Okay, and
Can I ask you some questions, sir?
yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, I want to ask that in advanced Java, that how we prepare for the interview purpose. In high
Yes,
level Java.
yeah, very good question, and I want to answer it not for only you but for all viewers. See,
Yes, sir.
advanced Java, see, what you did is very correct. That examples you have done, but you need to summarize it. See, once you've done the code, actually you need to summarize. Like summarize means what? Right from the JSP, how flow goes to servlet. You need to write on paper. From JSP, I click submit button, then it goes to web.xml, then servlet, then service layer, then DAO layer, then coming back to DAO to service, service to servlet, and to JSP. You need to write like in Spring. After doing this example, what you should be doing, you should be summarizing that what you have done. Now, how to summarize? You should be writing all annotations you have used.
Yes, sir.
You should summarizing where you have done database connection in DAO layer or configuration class. You should be writing at auto where you use. After writing all annotations on the paper, you should be writing in front of that annotation what is this annotation is for. Because you have done practice, that is enough. Now you can do practice anytime. That's not a problem. But remembering of annotations is very important.
Yes, sir.
Next, ask questions to yourself. Why you are doing that? Always ask questions. Like I asked you and you gave me very correctly answer like that database, data source connection and all. That is fantastic. So you gave that answer, but how to prepare? Two things. One, practically you need to prepare and theoretically also. Because in interview, people are asking theoretical questions. Practically, you will perform multiple pages. You can go on creating multiple pages. So everything will get remembered, like what to do, what not to do, in what cases, and many scenarios you will face. Like simple registration page you did, then you will have list box, so you'll understand how to handle list box. Let's say there is a gender, male and female, so you'll understand how to handle the radio button. Keep these things noted. You keep performing on Eclipse, but you must have same thing on your notebook also. Not exactly same, but important points.
Yes.
Don't take Spring notes from somewhere and start reading from top to bottom. It is not at all useful. Why it is not useful? You can read those once, but making notes of that notes means these notes of 500 pages. You can buy Spring notes or take from me or from anybody or from Google. You will get that is of 70, 80 pages. And what you do is you keep reading those. No, don't read that. Of that 80 pages, you make only 10 pages. Important things. Always think your interview is gonna happen after 2 months or 3 months. Really, you will remember that. That's why only focus on important points.
Yes, sir.
In interview, just now you said at start like I don't know HTML CSS. It doesn't mean that you will get rejected. That's okay. No one knows everything. In IT, I'm telling you frankly, I worked a lot many years. Nobody knows everything. Okay, but what you do should be perfect.
Yes.
Ask yourself question: what is the difference between Spring Boot and normal Spring?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I feel this is what you need to do to prepare yourself in advanced Java. Is that helpful?
Yes, sir. It's helpful for me.
Yeah. Any more information you need? Any more questions you want to ask?
Only that's the question, sir. In the next interview, I will come up with more questions.
Yes. Please come to me, no problem. You can always schedule interview with me. You have my calendar also, okay?
Yes, sir.
Schedule over there. That's not a problem. Okay, then thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and I'm really happy that I have one candidate which is really giving answers and all. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank
Yeah,
you,
thank you,
sir.
Shreya. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye
sir.
bye.
Bye, sir.
Nice talking.
Thank you, sir.
So, guys, this was the interview I took for fresher, and see, you can see my many videos on YouTube for interviews, and this is what the interview we need. The only thing what I need from fresher is focus, focus on only one thing: study. And it is really simple to give interview. Really, you can crack any interview provided you study hard. You have to work hard. Spend 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours as you are pass out and you doesn't have any job or something. So you have like so this is what I need, and I hope you enjoyed this interview. You to lot of things from this interview. You understand how people answer, where you are lacking. Don't see what this candidate is lacking. That is not your business. Okay, what your business is to understand my questions and whether you are able to answer or not. Don't look at her that she will be able to answer or not. Don't do that comparison. Compare with yourself. You have to help yourself. You have to always help yourself. Don't help others. It doesn't have any sense. Okay, so I hope it is really useful, and if you really like and if you want more interviews like that, I hope you will be subscribing channel, and you will be suggesting me more improvements if you need it. Your comments are more appreciated. Okay, thank you guys. Stay tuned. Bye bye. Take care. Stay safe.